Yes, hello and welcome to All In. What a weekend of racing it was, but we're looking forward. We're not going to look backwards. No sore necks here. No Mr. Brightside slow tempo chat. We might touch a little bit on Tempted. She was exceptional, but Sir Rupert Clarke, Underwood Stakes, Group 1 racing ahead. 7 stakes, the shorts. Bill Ritchie, Kingston Town, T-Rose, Caulfield, Guineas Prelude. We probably won't cover them all because Dino reckons the show goes for too long. G'day, Dino.
Afternoon, Gano. Yes, I don't know. I was tinkering to you boys, and Gano just straight put me over the back fence. Didn't want a bar of it. So if you think the show goes too long, back me up in the comments. If you think it's too short, don't write anything because I don't want you supporting Gano. But
Dino gets
that was a
paid
good
by the
week,
minute,
boys.
so if you want to make sure he
Exactly.
doesn't get paid,
Yeah.
request a 10-minute show and away we go.
Exactly. But no, it was a good week, boys. We learned a lot in Sydney. Tempted, outstanding.
Yeah.
Obviously, Autumn Glow remains unbeaten. Interesting, boys. Off the top of your head, do you reckon Autumn Glow's won a Group 1 yet or not? No, I thought she'd won one in the spring. So obviously she has won a Group 1. She's chasing it in the Epsom. But yeah, I thought she'd won one for some reason in
She
my
was
brain. But
she
no,
was favourite. She was favourite for that one that was going to bring up J Max
Flight
100th
States.
Group 1 and it got scratched.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Mm,
Yeah, that was the one.
yeah,
Pretty sure she
but
gets
no, good
54
week.
and a half kilos in the Epsom as well.
Mm.
Be interesting to see who rides. I think J Max got a book full down in Melbourne. So
He'll ride. He was on this morning with Gareth and Gareth said, what weight would you ride her for? And he said, oh, 50, anything 54 and above.
yeah, it's just I don't know if he'll be. Obviously, Chris sent him down to Melbourne last week. I think he's got VR. I think it's is it the same day as Turnbull Stakes Day. I think it is.
Okay. Oh, mate, get in
So
the
yeah, I think
chopper.
you'll get. Yeah, honestly, can you could probably do that.
You could borrow Louis.
Maybe.
Hey, Louis, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good day, guys. I've got a problem with this episode
You got a
about to come
few.
up because I think I'm going to have a real
Staking
case of
plan.
splinters. No, no, well, that gives me nightmares, but we all know that already. I got splinters, boys. I
Yeah.
am really struggling. Two Group
Mm,
Ones in Melbourne and even the Sydney races. I've found I've tried to always find something of value in this show. I've semi struggled, and the favourite's probably a little too short in the at the market at the moment. So don't know how this is going to go. Fingers crossed. We'll find a winner in any case, though.
Well, so it's just a normal week, Lou. You having
yeah,
splinters. Bit of an
Yeah,
update on the staking plan. As long as I'm leading, we'll continue to update. $22 plus
yeah,
$22 for myself. Dino lost all of his $10 last week. He's back to 10 and
yeah.
Louis negative $11. We won't
Mm.
spend too long on the NRL, but the Roosters atrocious. The
Don't worry about that
Broncos
game yesterday, dude. What about the Broncos, mate? That was one of the great finals games I've ever
unbelievable,
seen.
unbelievable
Oh,
scenes.
Wow.
Poor old
oh, there was some.
Raiders stole defeat from the
Yeah,
jaws of victory. That was
Yeah.
grim.
the fade. Hashtag
Twice
faders.
too.
Raiders, yeah.
Twice. Literally twice.
All right, let's go. Focus on the Sir Rupert Clarke Stakes. Angel Capital $3, another wheel $6, Seppel 6, Arkansas Kid $11, the Mass Rose here to shock 11s, Miss Beanie 15s, Royal Patronage $15, the Rastro $15. There'll be no mispronunciation of the Sir Rupert Clarke, gents. Louis, kick us off.
Yeah, so this is one I really struggle with because I'm just looking at the market now. Seppels is a drifter, as you mentioned, out to $6. I didn't think there'd be. I thought that Angel Capital would come up favourite, has, and they've
Mm.
backed it. Another will
Mm,
is I want to take it on. I thought it was fair first up, and going back through its profile, it only tends to hold its rating or drop a little bit if it's gone like a rocket first up, which it has in the past, before then peaking later on in the preparation again. So off what was a pretty flat first up run for another wheel, I would struggle to come into it, even though they have backed it, which is interesting. We know how good Angel Capital was, but gee, I thought Seppels was really good too, albeit in different days and different grades. The one, if I had to spec something now, just maybe each way, would be Here to Shock. Don't be surprised if it improves here second up. It sat outside pinstriped in the Memsy and they went real crazy in front.
Carved up.
And it just kind of, yeah, got carved up, completely dropped out and set up the race for those running on. Third up, hopefully back to a more even tempo and has ratings previously to win something like this over 1400 meters. So I wouldn't be super surprised if it bounced back. But yeah, Dino, I struggled. I have a lot of time for Angel Capital. I have a lot of time for Seppels. And at those prices, I couldn't confidently dive into either one of them at this stage.
Yeah, it's a good race. I love that we see Royal Patronage is there, and obviously nod for Sydney to Bill Ritchie as well. But another Will's going to set the handicap up here for a lot of horses. I think it will carry, due to Trav's article, 59 kilos. Then we'll see Angel Kappa 53 and a half, and I think the rest, such as Seeples, and that will carry 52 and a half. That's been the profile. You look at history, you've got to be somewhat of a good horse to carry the weight in this race, but it's been dominated by horses at the minimum. And I just think Seeples gets in so well. I'm going to bank on the fact that Angel Capital is a touch flat second up. We've seen that, and I always touch on this profile of Chris Waller trained gallopers. I just think it's somewhat overbet off that. Yes, it gets 53 and a half kilos, but he gave that real vibe of a real fresh horse, putting that peak performance first up. I think we were talking this last week, Lou, about, say, Autumn Glow or a couple of those horses like Aliana. They didn't have that real fresh run about, and they sort of built through their gears, and they're the ones been winning second up and going good. So I just think Seeples is a value. You mentioned it, Lou. $6 drifting now. I thought it was terrific last start. It's going to get in the minimum. I think it's got the right profile. Could chime in at that price. It's just hard to chime in these top horses. Like, another wheel's tricky. Jamie suggests he was gone at 800 and needs two more runs, and now he turns up here and he's right in the market. Like, it's going to be some training form to get him to win second half 59 off that. So happy to take him on. Here to shock. The query's the weight, 58 and a half. Not 56. Yeah, 58 and a half. That's my knock there. But yep, down the bottom of the page, Gano, I like Seeples.
What was your bet, Louis?
Uh, Maybe here to shock each way, but realistically, probably not betting in this race at the moment.
Yeah, here to shock for me. I think third up here, Fitness Edge rolls forward. Right place, right time for it. I can't imagine it gets carved up this time.
Mm.
So I think that's for play. I love Andrew Capital, just too short for futures. I prefer futures all in sort of
Yeah.
setup. And I'd just rather back a horse that I know that's going to go forward, and we're not sure how deep this field's going to be. A lot of these horses in this market, well, a few of them have gone around, like Arkansas Kid, Airman's in the market as well, like 26s still. But as long as the pinstripe doesn't come and ruin our day again, I think here to shock might give a bit of a sight. So we'll lean that way. Let's take a look at the Underwood Stakes. I believe it might be the SEN Underwood Stakes this year. So Delius 250, Buckaroo 350, Moira $8. There's a Lightning 11s and a set 15s. Dozy the same price. Attrition, Globe, Golden Path, Land Legend, Lindemann, Middle Earth, all $26. Dino.
Yeah, fascinating race. I think they're probably top two on the market, but only two horses that I can see winning. Is there any juice in the price? Probably not. Sir Delirious was outstanding first up. I love Waterhouse and Bott horses second up. They're probably the opposite profile of a Waller. If they do good things first up, I would suggest they go even better second up, especially up in trip. Buckaroo, sneaky good. First up, obviously in a tricky race won by a Treasure at the moment. I'd lean away with Sir Delirious if I had to bet, but I'm not going to bet all in. I think it's probably a race we wait to final fields, Lou, and go from there.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. I like all top three, actually. I'd even include Moira in that, who's had two really big sectional runs and could be ready to peak third up if it draws well this time, but just probably lacks the class, maybe, of the top two at this stage. You mentioned Sir Delius was so good in that Chelmsford. And as I was saying again, I was semi-tempted to find it being flat second up. I know you mentioned the Waterhouse spot record, but going off like a staying record, that sometimes they can just be a little, but it wasn't really a first up run because it was only 12 weeks or so since that Queensland campaign. So it was a freshen, basically. Three trials, rock hard fit, then Waterhouse spot second up, as you mentioned. So, yeah, no juice in the price. Buckaroo, as you mentioned, was huge. Equal sectionals to Treasure at the moment in the Memsey. Won the Chelmsford, in fact, last year. Buckaroo went second up, so obviously can run well at this stage. But yeah, there's just nothing in that market at the moment that kind of interests me price-wise. You mentioned Gano, Globe, and Golden Path. They ran on Saturday. Globe went, I haven't looked at the times, but it looked pretty fast in front and just got nailed late by Golden Path. That could be a good setup off a week back off. Zardozi, I thought was semi-plain first up.
Did you?
Obviously, yeah, I did. Like the sectionals were good, but her ratings were much lower than her first up runs have been in the past, and she's coming off a Melbourne Cup campaign, which was almost a year ago. I get, but I don't know. I don't think I could get into her to beat these top two, top three. So yeah, again, no idea.
I love
Team
the
of the
on.
week.
I love the
I think it
honesty.
shows a lack of depth in a lot of these races. Like the top three or four are probably the only horses that can win them, and then obviously they're going to be short in futures markets. So
Don't you think?
maybe it's time
I
to.
would say this is a better setup for much better setup for Zardozi than say like a Desert Lightning, maybe even
Mm.
potentially. Like I thought Moira had a chance, and I was on Moira.
I just
Slowly
feel
run
like
race, but she's got a
Desert
left.
Lightning had the dream run
Oh,
outside the
yeah,
lead. Moira kind of had to try and circle them, which is not
yeah,
impossible at the Valley, but it was just a bit of a longer run, and they stretched the rest, which included Zardozi. Um,
yeah. But 1,500
I
meters
would
Valley, not her go.
no, I know that's right, but if you yeah, and the market says if I had to back either Moira or Desert Lightning off that last start run, I'd back Moira. I think Desert Lightning just
Mm.
had it presented to it on a platter, really.
It throws Zardozi the place in the mix. I think Sodelius wins the race, but you get $3.80
Mm.
Zardozi the place. So good second
Mm.
up record. Ran, I'm pretty sure it was like the third fastest last two and one
Two, yeah, it
of the
was.
meeting.
Yeah.
Big tick there. Don't think the Valley's necessarily her goal, and she goes up 300 meters and she fires second up. I think five starts, two wins at a place. So, um, yeah, I just think with all things being considered, she's probably a better horse than all of these, bar Cedelius. Cedelius might be like the really good horse. Buckaroo, probably no
Mm.
knock on him, but Moira, there's a Lightning, Anisette.
Mm.
Wouldn't want them running for my life. Seven Stakes, City to Sydney. Where's the rail in at Royal Randwick? Do you know? Any idea?
No, good question. Give me 1 second. It is, oh God.
You're right, mate.
Sure, it's not. It's
I'll go through the
plus
market.
seven.
Hey,
Yeah. Plus seven, 16 of the winning post, plus four remainder. So that's, yeah, don't
must be for
like the
Seven
sound of that
Stakes
one.
Day. Makes a lot of sense. Fangirl, $2.80. Jarwolf, 4.50. Oh, that's being very, very
Well,
forgiving human being to take that. Gringotts, 4.50. Lindemann, $6. Private Eye, $6. Royal Patronage, 13s with Falcon, 17s. I'll be fair. Light Infantryman, Militarize, Ozopenko, 34. Race sort of runs out of steam now. Detonator Jack, Kovalika, Palmetto. And having a look at this market, do we have any more runners there, gents? Yes, we do. Cadavar, $301. Louis.
Yeah, like Cadavar here. No, I'm joking.
Those
Um,
splinters for you.
yeah, Fairgirl too short. The only
Yeah.
reason I have kept
mm.
one foot on the Wolf train is because Dan O'Sullivan came out and told us to do so. If he had not made that video that
Oh,
said
mate.
there is possible improvement third up, I would have thrown Wolf so far deep down into the bin, it's not even funny. But you got to listen to minds smarter than you, and he obviously is. So
Mm.
but in terms of price, no, 450. No, I'm open that there could still be improvement third up, but I can't take the price. So Gringotts is the one I want to back. I can forgive that first up effort on the heavy 10. I don't think it loved the going. It was a first attempt on a heavy. It kind of loomed up and then just peaked at the last few stages and got overrun by Chia Wolf and a couple of others. Been back at the trial since, given a little bit of time off since that run. Led and won that hard held. Beat Royal Patronage, who was second in the trial, who was ridden out. Really good second up record. 5 starts, 2 wins, and 2 second placings. So 4 out of 5 second up runs has been top two. My only query is, does it get a strong mile? I think the answer is no, but given this field, I don't think it's going to be the strongest mile race ever recorded. So I'm probably happy enough to play Gringotts still. If it was a big field, lot of tempo, I'd be very nervous that it's not going to stretch out to get that 1600. But I'm happy enough in this kind of field to play it, Dino.
Yeah, I like this race. Oh, I thought we'd get a price finger. We're not. And she's probably the worst horse you can back futures market wise, just so fickle with the barriers, etc. I can't take that price. Chia Wolf, happy to take him on. He needs tempo on. You look at his field, there's nearly none. Maybe Private
Mm.
Eye, Lindemann, and Gringotts set the tempo up, but I think he needs a really strong tempo. He doesn't have any tactical speed. Like you mentioned, Lou, I was pretty harsh on him last start. I think the truth maybe lies between both ends of the story there, but I just think he's a horse who needs everything to go right and needs a grand final. Lindemann, he was terrific first up, expecting he can just throw in a shocker though. So hard to trust him. I think the two bets in the race, Gringotts at $4.50, like you mentioned, terrific first up. Sections were good, and that wasn't the place to be, wide down the middle of the track. And Private Eye, he was terrific. He sort of somewhat got pestered out in front. He was an absolute steamer market wise. I think got back into $2 there last start.
Mm.
So they're the two that I could back in this, Gringotts and Private Eye. Royal Patronage, dual nominated. I doubt it goes 1600 first up. I think it would go Bill Ritchie 14 or down to Melbourne 14. Swift Falcons dual nom for Newcastle on Friday as well. So if that horse comes out, I can just see a lot of these horses starting shorter purely on the fact they're not going here. So Chow Wolf, Gringotts and Private Eye for me in the seven stakes, Gano.
Yeah, Private Eye. Gee whiz. I thought he was disappointing. Run alongside With Your Blessing. Oh, dearie me.
Mm,
Anyway, little birdie tells me With Your Blessing goes all right, but anyway.
it's short in some market this week. I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe I've just missed the boat, which is seemingly possible because I miss it a lot. Um, Charwolf, I agree with everything that you said there, Louis, and Dan's sentiment. I think he improves, but sometimes you just got to question, as Dino's hit that on the head, he probably just needs everything to go right.
Mm,
Mm,
And probably the biggest thing for me is they wanted to show intent, this preparation, and they haven't been able to yet.
mm.
Excuse me. So now you need them to. Can you trust that they do? Gringotts thought it
yeah.
was absolutely super. Thought it was going to win first up, and I
Mm.
thought it was a little bit unsuitable setup for him on a heavy deck. Fitness just gave out. I think he wins the race. You just got to ask yourself the question: is $4.50 the right price? With the rail out seven, Dino,
Mm,
unbelievable. Maybe a topic for another day,
mm,
but unbelievable. Like the rails out six and the track dried out, and I wasn't sure if it was at Wentworth Park or Rose Hill on Saturday. But you think Gringotts has got to be the play, lads. Just
Yeah.
has to
He's
be.
got tactical speed too. Like we showed last prep 16. I think he led up a couple of races and one. I think the Gong
Led,
was one of them.
led the gong, and then was it? I think he might have led the George Ryder as well. Or
Yeah. The one we went around $10.
did he
I think
lead
he
that or
backed him.
sit on
So he
speed? He
sat
probably
handy.
sat handy. Either way, either way, I think he wins the race. I think Fangirl, she's super, but I just don't quite know if she's back. You know what I mean? And I don't know if she'll get the right sort of race
Mm,
shape. Could be a small field. Green God's clearly on top. Let's get on with it. It's the shorts. What a race. Private Harry. For your
mm,
man, Nathan. $2.30. Briasa. 350. Jolly Star. 450. It's a hot race. Mahuna. Trialing the house down. $9. Ostraka. 11s, please. Generosity. Big price. $15. Should have finished much closer the other day. Jetta Bill
mm,
issues or just change of a bit pivoting late, not sure. $17. DNA you might know more. Ostermar, Compelling Truth, In Flight, Marzu, 34. Dragon Stone, 71. Tiger Shark, that's a bit harsh. Thought it wasn't that bad. $71.
mm,
Louis.
100%. I have to take on Private Harry from a price perspective, all in market wise. The one I do want to back is, well, there's a few, so get ready. Briasa at 350. So go back to the Galaxy. It was first up. It was last and detached on the turn.
Hmm.
If it had been in some sort of position, gee, it gives that race a real shake.
Don't tell the ratings buffs
Briasa,
that, mate.
oh
Don't tell
yeah,
them
yeah,
that,
yeah,
mate.
yeah, yeah. I know.
It was
They
impossible to
I
make around too.
Uncle Wayne thought that Briasa went better than Private Harry, and they all put him in his place. Don't be creating a narrative, Lou.
when he went on radio with ah who was it from, I can't remember, and they said, oh, why did Brianza not rate as well as Private Harry? And he went, Private Harry beat it.
Oh,
And that was
it
the end
was
of conversation.
Yeah, so
Adam from
Wayne
Races
was
Adam
on
Podcast.
with
Blanco, yeah,
Garth,
yeah, yeah.
and then
That's
Blanco
right.
was on with Garth, and shout out to Gareth.
So good.
He got trolled the
Anyway,
other day.
go
Someone called him Garth. He hasn't lived it down since.
oh,
Yeah.
Garth.
I like that.
I
One of
like
the
that it's
trainers
going
was calling him
forward.
Garth. It was brilliant.
I like that this has been going forward in some trials, including the latest one. So
Mm,
maybe
Hmm.
there's a bit of a, come on, let's have a real crack here. So Briasa, yes. Then, as you mentioned, generosity. I think you just have to spec at the price because who knows what could have happened with any luck
Yeah.
at its last start and had been going well at the trials prior. And Osmar has been 51 into $34. This I've had a lot of time for this horse. Even go back to a 3-year-old campaign. I thought it could have won a Group One in Adelaide
Who's
during
training
their
it, Lou?
carnival. It's Anthony and Sam, but they've always had it.
Oh, have they? Okay.
All good. Yeah, it's one of those
Apologies.
ones that's always been with them.
Yeah.
I think 1100 suits and it can lead in this race. Um, yeah, just a 34, but it's more like a one from the heart than from the head. But I have to put it in there because I think it's a big price each way and maybe can fill it, fall into third or something. But taking on favourite at the price, Dino, with a couple.
Yeah, stack of speed in this race. It's the key lead up for me to the Everest. I think Classic Legend 2020 and 2017, Red Zell won this race to go on to win an Everest. Nature Strip finished second in this race to Eduardo in 2021 and then won it in his next start. So for me, this is the race that I love to bet into or get a guide off into the Everest. Stack of speed on paper. Private Harry goes forward. You mentioned it, Lou. My biggest tick for Brias this prep is he's shown tactical speed, which he hasn't shown in the last couple of preparations. I think he's going to need that to win an Everest. Concern is the Hawks camp aren't going the best stats-wise at the moment. They're a grand final training stable. They've already got a slot. That's what's growing me up here. Where I think Private Harry, I don't think they care. I think they just want the horse to run, win, and do whatever. So that's a query. Yes, you might save yourself for an Everest, but are you going to beat Car Ying? So you can't be really relaxing in these races. Jolly Star saved this race. She's going to get the perfect setup to run on. Maharuna, like you mentioned, Gano trolling up Super goes forward. So I think it's going to set up for a horse that runs on. I think Brias is the one that you can maybe chime into, or Jolly Star, but it's probably not a betting race this far out. Tiger Shark, you mentioned it, Gano. That was an outstanding run in the Concord Stakes. I think it had the best late splits, even similar to Lady Shannon Doll, but 1100 metres is a clear. I think it's a 1,000-metre horse potentially, but you do worse things than spec that. So going full circle, what do I want to back? I've got no idea. I think it's just going to be a good race, boys.
Yep.
You're kidding. You could have just said pass.
Well, it was good.
You wanted the show to go short, and now you've done that to us.
No, that's give me
good info. Good info.
Nah,
yeah,
just,
exactly.
Just a little whack. I'm just more upset you wanted the show to. This is the highlight of my week. I want to last as long as possible. I think Generosity is just a fantastic bet. Fantastic bet. With any luck, she finishes within a length in that race. The best thing is it's just a great little. She'll be all coiled up, ready to go after that because it's a great platform. She didn't have to do a whole lot the last 1,000 meters of that 1,000-meter race, and she'll be ready to fire. So $15, $3.30. She will feature in my staking plan, and I am keen. What race do you lads want to go to next? Bill Ritchie, Kingston Town,
T Rose.
T Rose, I reckon.
We'll round out the episode with the T Rose, and we'll just go to best bets. Any midweek winners last week? I managed to jag one.
No, mine didn't win. I think I'm third or fourth.
Okay.
Marcept was mine.
Yes.
I don't know.
That was
I don't know what mine was.
from the Hawks stable.
I
if you
didn't
get
get
involved in the show, let us know your
I
best
didn't give
bets
one. Good.
midweek.
Good.
What's that?
Yeah, I didn't give one last week. They're working hard, Dino. Good work.
Unbelievable. He's kind of just like,
I was
not
just trying to
tipping.
figure out that stupid $10 staking plan. That's what I'm
Mate,
blaming on that.
that was the second week.
Shakes. That's coming up soon.
That was the
Yeah,
second week,
honestly.
mate. You had plenty of time to work it out. Week
I
three.
get the fight or flight bloody anxiety going thinking about that stupid staking plan.
Can I give you a tip? Do $100 staking plan, then just take a zero off, mate.
Nah, see, that's put me off even more.
Got him, yes. All right, T Rose, Apocalyptic. Got it right. Thank God for that. $2.80 within the law, $4. Tupacara, bang. $5. The big day for me. Queen of Clubs, $6. Karinska, Kajanga, nines. Longer the rest, Dino.
Yep, I don't think they beat Apocalyptic. She was terrific first up. I think they had every possible chance. She didn't quicken as I thought she would. Up to 14 just suits. Within laws, the danger obviously drew horribly last start, ran on. She's got to draw a good gate. Tapakura was really good. 14's a big tick, but I just think Apocalyptic's got the wood on these. I think she's just better than them. She can only improve, and that's typical Michael Freeman stable. I always talk about these patterns. Michael Freeman's a really good one. His first and second up horses, they rate very, very similar. Third up, still similar, then they probably drop off a little bit of a cliff. But I think she wins the T-Rose this year and probably goes on to win the Flight Stakes, Lou.
Yeah, I agree. The 350 was nice. The 280 is probably a little skinny market-wise now. But yeah, I agree with everything you said. I am hoping that she draws a gate that allows her to run on the outside of horses because I think she's going to be even better. Remember that debut just on the fence, probably should have won, couldn't. This one even still had to weave a passage in between horses. She's a big, gross kind of filly. So she just, I feel like her in Clear Air, Randwick as well, could just be a complete different beast. So if the barrier allows it, I think she could even improve further. But yeah, I agree with you, Dino. I think she wins this and wins it well.
Yeah, one-time super favourite before a mishap comes back, blows them away pretty well. Look, Tupacara, within the law, probably great runs from back and wide,
Mm,
but I still have them as flight stakes horses, and I think Apocalyptic can get the job done here. Price is gone. What do we do with it? You do
mm.
you. Righto,
Yeah, that's
boys.
the issue.
Give us the best all-in play of the week. I'll kick you off. Generosity, the place at $3.30 is my best all-in play of the week. Luke?
Are we doing, is this staking
No,
plan or are we
no,
just,
no, no. It's just the best all-in play of the week for now.
okay,
God.
Gringotts for me?
Gringotts.
Oh,
Oh, actually,
oh,
Hang
yeah.
on. Lou's pivoting.
no, 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 I'll put it in the plan. Don't worry, keep going.
Attaboy.
Mine's it's the price is just going in front of me. Mine was Newcastle Gold Cup Friday. Travolta was $2.80. That is a dead set gift. It will start $1.50.
Hang on a minute. It's $2.30 for starters.
Mm.
And how's it starting at $1.80? What have you done? What do you know?
Because how good it was last start. The
Is
second
James
favourite
riding
Soul of
it?
no, no one's. It should have won last start. So
Yes.
Royal Supremacy is the only possible danger. Then you got Piggyback and Coach as its danger. The second favourite Soul of Spain had 52 kilos and rated 90 last start up at Doomben. It's
Hey,
Travolta.
Piggyback beat the Great Celestial Fury the other day, didn't it? Same
Yeah,
race.
that there, that
Strong form
yes,
line.
Oh,
no.
Louis,
oh.
sorry about the shakes from the staking plan. Never seen one
Well,
that
if that
dressed so
doesn't give
much
you
so quickly.
confidence, that's all you got to read. I might put that in my form preview.
Hmm.
Travolta's dangers were beaten by Celestial Fury 2 starts back.
Yeah, low
Load
on
it up.
confidence. All right. Best bet is Travolta. Dino, $10 staking plan. Off you go.
Travolta in the Newcastle Gold Cup. Just get a couple
$10
down.
straight out
A
at
whole
$2.30.
10.
Yeah. Well, I got confused. I didn't want to split it up and do
Mm.
$1.25 each way. So I just thought the
That
easiest
was
way, just smack
ridiculous
bang.
to do that,
I'll
Lou.
lock
But
in $2.82 because I wrote that down before the show. So
no, you get what the punters get. That's obscene.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
come
saw
on.
51s the other day, so I'll just take that, please. Louis,
Right,
you should
$4.
almost be fined for that crap.
no. Why? We're
Like,
trying to get a better price.
yeah,
Yeah, ripping the punters off, mate. Punters
unbelievable,
didn't see
mate.
280. The,
Mate.
the, the loyal fan base, of which there is 2.1 thousand of them,
Yeah,
didn't
every
see the
week.
didn't see the yeah
Yes.
every
It'd be
week.
more if Luke bloody got the video up earlier.
There you goes, all right, that Luke.
Mm.
Ah, he's a
You
good
lay
lad.
off him, mate. $4 Gringotts in the 7 stakes,
Yeah,
$3 Apocalyptic in the T Rose,
yeah,
and the Jim Maloney is an absolute cracker on Saturday in Victoria. Horse called Ole Dancer. It's currently
yes.
$6 and 225 a place, $3 an it. They've hammered Vivid Sun. This market's been up at time of recording for about 15 minutes, and Vivid Sun is off the map into favourite. So that's a little bit of a worry, but I like Ole Dancer. So $4, $4 Gringotts, three Apocalyptic, three Ole Dancer.
For the listeners, Louis, Ole Dancer back wide at the Valley ran on really well.
Yep. Yep. First
Moody
up.
horse, isn't
And
it?
had 1, 2 from two prior. Yeah. And I think Moody's got the favourite. He's also got some other horses in this race. He's a bit of a Moody affair. Cherish Me, he's nommed in Sydney. It's also nommed here. Chateau Ez won on debut. It was not bad. But yeah, Ole Dancer, I thought was real good. Anyway, it's a good race.
Gringotts $5 to win at 21s. I saw the other day, so I'll just take that.
Oh, too
Generosity,
good.
Zardozi hit a shock. Place multi at 1,000, I think it was. So
For the other $5?
the other $5, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put it up in the
They're good
comments,
boiler
whatever the
ovens,
price
aren't they?
is. Who knows? It'd be
Beautiful.
around 12, $15 or something like that, but we'll work it out.
And we found another way to get wallet last week, boys.
Oh.
60s, wrong week.
Oh,
Autumn boy,
Mm.
just sickening. Hashtag wallet.
done.
So
It couldn't have been done worse
no.
because 60s went so bad. It did,
Yeah.
like, albeit it was three wide, but we were declaring him comes out and then beats us again. We've been beaten like 3 times.
Yeah,
And they're beaten 3 times. They've only in betting to 2 races.
love that horse.
Never again. Righto.
No.
You want to get involved? Let us know your best midweek play and let us know who wins the shorts. Why not? See ya.